Hello guys, it's Purple Heart, and today we got a little theory. So, if any of you have seen The Corpse Bride, you may have been wondering this question. I hope to answer it with a solid yes. And that question is Emily, so the Corpse Bride in question, part of the Everglott family? Now, if you've seen the movie, you should probably know these names, but if you haven't, well, I suggest go watch it. It's a very good movie. Or if you haven't seen it in a long while, here's a little catch up. So spoilers are ahead. So, as we're told in the song "Remains of the Day," Emily finds a man that enters town randomly and falls in love with him. And as we discover by the end of the film, it's Lord Barkis. So, Lord, so they fall in love. Turns out Lord Barkis, all he wants is Emily's money. So she has to have a pretty good access to it. So runs to her parents, and if my theory proves correct, it will be Lord and Lady Everglott. They say no due to the fact that he's broke. So she decides to run away and gets killed. So where do we start? I've got my little page of notes here just in case I forget what I'm talking about. Points. So first up, it's Lord Barkis. So the main point that concerns Lord Barkis is when we see him in the film for the first time, when he actually talks, he enters the Everglott household. Now, the thing that sparked this up for me, that got the cogs whirring in my head, as it were, is when he passes his name card over to Lord and Lady Everglott, claiming he's Lord Barkis, which sparks the line from Lord Everglott, "Is he from your side of the family?" to, "I'm going to shut my window," to which Miss Everglott responds, "I can't recall." So they remember the name, but they can't remember where they've heard it before. Could it be from Lady Everglott's side of the family? Or could it be the lover of their previous daughter? So that leads me on to the next point. So if we remember the song "Remains of the Day," it's not my favourite song of the film, but it's decent. Let me just quickly grab the lyrics. So I thought it'd be best to continue on this summary page. So I'll read you the kind of lyrics of the song, skipping out all the boring bits. So we'll start from when he actually starts to tell the story, because this is basically where we get the insight into why Emily died. So here's what happened. While our girl was a beauty known for miles around, till a mysterious stranger came into town. He was plenty good looking, but down on his cash, and our poor little baby she fell hard and fast. When her daddy said no, she just couldn't cope, so our lovers came up with a plan to elope. Skip the chorus, skip the instrumental. So they conjured up a plan to meet late at night. They told not a soul, kept the whole thing tight. Now her mother's wedding dress fit like a glove. You don't need much when you're really in love, except for a few things, or so I'm told, like the family jewels and a satchel of gold. Then next to the graveyard by the old oak tree, on a dark foggy night at 2:45, she was ready to go, but where was he? And then it's the "and then" bit. She waited. There in the shadows, was it the man? Her little heartbeat so loud. And then everything went black. Now when she opened her eyes, she was dead as dust. The jewels were missing and her heart was bust. So she made a vow lying under that tree that she'd wait for her true love to come set her free. Always waiting for someone to ask for her hand, when out of the blue comes this groovy young man who vows forever to be by her side, and that's the story of our Corpse Bride. So that's where we get most of the insight into the story. So that's kind of Lord Bark's relevance. So he's the man that killed her, and that was meant to be a gift, but clearly it isn't working. If you don't know the line, it's "But first a toast to Emily, always the bridesmaid, never the bride," which is always fun. But if we move on to Lord and Lady Everglott. So, as we see by the beginning of the movie, Miss Lord and Lady Everglott are having to marry off to the Vandals due to the fact they're broke. Could it be due to the fact that their previous daughter stole money off them? It would seem so. Lord Barkis seems to only have interest in women that potentially have a lot of money in their name, which is why he seeks out Victoria in the film. So, it would seem before the film, when he was seeking out Emily, he only sought her out because she had money, something that she stole from her parents. And as we can see by the events of the movie, after her stealing the amount that she did, they've gone into despair. They've pretty much become broke trying to raise Victoria. So they have to marry off to keep themselves being redundant. So she'd stolen the family jewels, so all the family jewels were gone, and I'm assuming by what Lord Barkis is going through by the time the movie starts, because he's got no money left. What was I going to say? I've lost my train of thought. By the time the movie starts, he's broke, meaning he sold off the jewels, and then in their safe there's there's nothing there. So she stole quite the satchel of gold. So, yeah. But they tried again because they realised after their first daughter had stolen a lot of money from them and run off with it, their only way forward was to have another child and marry them off to try and get money. So, luckily enough, they got another daughter, a Miss Victoria Everglott. And we can see, due to the fact their first daughter ran off, Lord and Lady Everglott become quite strict, telling her such things as not to play the piano. Quite a weird little thing, because you'd think it'd be quite impressive if a woman would play a piano, but they seem so against it. They seem to raise her as quite the Amish little girl. And as we can see in the movie, it's obvious why they said no. Emily plays the piano, Victoria doesn't. They've raised her to try and be the opposite of opposite of Emily, so they don't really want her. And as we hear in the movie, Victoria says her mother's excuse was it's not very ladylike. Now, I don't know if it wasn't very ladylike back then, but it seems like it would be. But so pretty much I've summarised the whole thing for you. And if those points didn't manage to sway you over, I have two more. Now, I don't have pictures for this, but if we look at Lady Everglott, and you compare her to Victoria's dress, if we compare their two dresses, you can kind of tell how it would have merged. One dress would have merged into another. So a younger Lady Everglott would have worn that, then put it in a cupboard and taken on her new dress. And they're both quite sticks, so it would seem to work. So it would seem that she would have two daughters. How do we know Victoria isn't aware of Emily? As we see in the movie, Victoria and Emily never interact. So it's possible that maybe Emily was around 26, potentially the same age as Victor, or something like that. We don't know how old Victor or any of the cast are. We just can tell by looks. So all we know is Emily has just come of age. I believe they tell us at some point, meaning she has just turned 18. So pretty much what they've been training her up until that point, she's ready. So it's entirely possible that she knew about Emily. Her parents would have probably told her that she had an older sister, but they removed all pictures in the house or something. It can go either way. She may have been told about Emily and told how Emily ran away, or she may have never known about Emily from the start. We don't know. But if that hasn't swayed you over that Victoria and Emily are sisters, how about this small little detail? It's Victor Van Dort, so it's VV. It would be kind of logical sense as most people refer to these people as the real couple. It'd make more sense if it was VV and EV, or EE, so for Emily Everglott. But I don't know. If you guys agree with me, put it in the comments. If you disagree, put your points in the comments. I'd love to hear from you why you think this doesn't work. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Purple Heart, and if you want to show me your heart, leave me a like, comment, or even a subscription. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.